Hey, there he is. Ladies
How-
and gentlemen, David Shaw, lead singer of the Revivalists. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. What a time to be alive, right?
Oh, whew. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, where are you at? You in New Orleans?
Yeah, I'm in New Orleans. I'm here in my studio.
Nice.
I got my studious girlfriend right there. She's studying
Oh,
hard,
what's she studying?
getting her dissertation. She's gonna be a doctor. Dr.
Smarty
Ruth.
pants. Not what kind of
Oh,
doctor?
yeah. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good here in Minneapolis. Speaking of New Orleans, because I love New Orleans. No place in the world like it. When is the last time you've had a hand grenade?
Oh my God. Well, I haven't had a lick of alcohol in about, let's say, 11 years.
Oh
10
wow!
years. 10 years. Um, I honestly don't even think I've ever had a hand grenade. I don't.
Oh,
I don't know. I can't. Well, this also goes hand in hand with the hand grenade. Is I don't. If I did, I don't remember.
That's what happens when you drink them, though. They're so good. That's the problem. They're so sweet, and they're like 1,000% alcohol in them. But
Exactly. I've talked. Those things are not synonymous with a good night.
usually they don't end up well the next morning
Yeah.
or even later that night. But
Yeah.
how is New Orleans doing? Did you guys get hit pretty good in that area with the virus?
Yeah, we definitely did. We were definitely, as you probably saw in the news, we were one of the hot spots,
Yeah.
Mardi Gras it was like, the influx into the city, the party, everybody's in the streets, so it definitely got us really, really, really good here. It's really, really sad, honestly. It's tragic. So,
I think it took a lot for people to really realize that this is a real thing. So,
yeah, yeah,
a
exactly,
lot of cities, like the big cities, are like that. They don't care. They'll go out and party in the streets, and then next thing you know, it skyrockets. Everyone's getting sick and spreading it, and it's the thing.
Well,
But hopefully,
to New Orleans credit, we didn't know. We were partying the street before it was even a thing. Once we figured out, oh God, they put us in lockdown. We actually were really good at not going out, being vigilant about social distancing, and so I honestly got to give a lot of credit to our city. We think we dodged a major bullet. I mean, it was still it affected a ton of people, but I think it could have been a lot worse if we hadn't hunkered down.
so what have you been doing in quarantine to stay busy? Have you got the girlfriend, which I'm sure is very nice, but are you making music, or you got any side projects or hustles or anything?
I'm definitely making music. That's always a thing, and especially in a time like this, it's like, I don't know, if you're a songwriter, I think you're just like, it's just kind of like your duty. And it's just like, you can't not, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it just happens. Either it's going to come out in a poem or some kind of, melody or just whatever, it's always coming out of me. I will say though, lately, like when it first kind of started to happen, it's like my songwriting kind of comes in waves. It's like I'll have this like burst of creativity, and I'll get all those songs from that, let's call it an initial, it's like an initial fishing adventure, it's like,
Yeah.
like we went out there, we got out, we had a real good day, had a real good day. And a lot of times that usually it lasts a couple weeks, I would say. And then I kind of go into this like lull period where it's like, I'm like, oh, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So I mean, it's definitely a bummer because you guys had a big year coming up with a big tour. You were supposed to be here March 13th, I think, in Minneapolis.
Right.
And is that canceled, or are you guys just kind of postponing it, waiting to see how this whole thing plays out?
A lot of the stuff is just postponed, and we're kind of just trying to stay as fluid as possible. Honestly, it's one of those. There's no roadmap. No, this is totally unprecedented. We really, well, like I said, we're just trying to, roll with the punches and, just be, like I said, as fluid as possible and, kind of able to adapt to, our new world, our new normal.
The new normal, yeah.
Or as
how do you think?
put it, the new abnormal, which that
Like
album title is so fitting for the times. It's kind of crazy.
It's so normal, but it's abnormal.
It is very abnormal, yeah.
How do you think the concert scene is going to change when we do get to go back, or do you think it really won't in the long run?
You know, I think that depends on a few things, honestly. I mean, I think in the immediate future, it's going to change for sure.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of things being kicked around, you know, like testing people before they even get in, you know, those kind of tests aren't available, like immediate tests, you know, those kind of things are, you know, people are working on that kind of stuff. So I think, you know, we're going to see a lot of, you know, a lot of potential, you know, innovation in, you know, that area, you know, so I don't really know exactly, but I do know, you know, we're going to definitely be entering a new normal for, I don't know how extended amount of a time, but hopefully not too long, you know?
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, it's just, you know, it's a large part of our livelihood, and you know, it's just a large part of the way that we, you know, stay sane.
So let's talk about the Muscle Shoals EP and documentary, because I really like the documentary. I like when bands do that. I wish more bands would do that. You get a sense of what goes into making a song, why lyrics are chosen. I just like the behind the scenes footage of it, so I can appreciate that, and it was well done and it was great. What was was that the idea behind that?
I mean, you know, we wanted to go in there, and we just knew that place was, you know, it was amazing. It's hallowed ground. We didn't really have any preconceived idea of kind of like what we wanted, you know, the different versions of the songs to sound like. We honestly wanted the room and the atmosphere and the vibe and just the spirit of that place to kind of guide us. And I definitely think it did. You know, we got some really interesting arrangements, you know, that All My Friends is very different from the record version. I always kind of felt like I wanted to squeeze a little more joy out of that tune. And I hope we did, but you know, it almost sounds like it's got like this like 80s like hip hop beat now to it. That's it's very different from, you know, I don't know. It's got this like very cool, it's totally us, you know, we didn't use any outside producer, you know, we all kind of just worked it out in the studio. And then the Wish I Knew You version, which is like a total overhaul.
Love it though.
It's like it you know, the room definitely guided us into that, you know, and that song has got such a longing aspect to it that I think the you know, the dancey, you know, poppy kind of four on the floor beat that, you know, is in the recorded version that we put on the record, you know, is cool for sure. And, you know, it's done really well for us and afforded us the ability to do a lot of this stuff, honestly, like do this doc, you know? So, but yeah, the new version is very cool, and it carries a new weight, I think, you know, it just kind of.
Yeah, you mentioned a little bit of like a hip hop vibe to it. And it's funny you mentioned that because at one point in the documentary, I can't remember what exactly you were singing, but I'm like, I bet this dude can rap. Have you ever, can you rap?
You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, probably, yeah.
I could see you rapping.
Ride the beat. I can ride the beat, you know, and put a flow together, for sure.
So, what was it like working in a studio like Fame? Because I think there's something about certain studios that when you get like an amazing artist from decades past that go in there, it's almost like they leave a little touch of something in there, and then you go in there and you don't want to like make something that's not good. It almost encourages you more. It's such a weird collaboration. I think probably.
Yeah, we were definitely collaborating with the spirit in the room. That's for sure. That's you know, you've gotta, you know, because it carries a certain kind of weight. You know, you don't want to go in there and just muck it up and just like, you know, it's just like doesn't do any good for anybody, you know. And we were just having a lot of fun, honestly, in there, and just kind of doing those different versions and realizing all of the greats that came before us in there. Just really, honestly, I think made us all, you know, rise to the occasion in a special kind of way. And, you know, only a room like that can really do that, honestly.
And you can just imagine the stuff that's gone down in a studio like that. It's cool. So I'm glad you got to do that. And for those of you watching, the EP is out, right? Yeah, the EP is out. and the documentary. It's free on YouTube. It's like a mini documentary, so it's not too long.
Yeah, go check it out, y'all. It's pretty cool. We're super proud of it, and the guy Jay Sansone, who helped us out with us, just really knocked it out of the park and just told an amazing story and just helped us out a lot with it. So it's
Yeah. So when can we expect another studio album from the Revivalists?
man, you know, we're always working on stuff. I would say in the next not too soon, but like, you know, it's coming.
Yeah, have you guys been able to get together in a room and social distance?
Not
That's
so
gotta be
much.
tough
Not
with a big
really.
band.
No. Not really. Not really. We've done some like kind of remote jam things, but not like we haven't really been getting together to like kind of write. It's kind of tough to write remotely.
Yeah.
It's a little foreign, but it actually I've done it one time, and it goes much better if you kind of already have an idea established, and then you're just kind of like writing to the music or whatever. So I feel like, you know, we're gonna start getting into a scenario where we'll probably be able to get back into like, you know, smaller groups, you know, here in the not so distant future. So we'll just have to play that by ear and just see how
Hey,
it goes.
the sooner the better. People are consuming music like crazy these days. It helps them get through
It's kind of wild.
a good day. Yeah. Have you been doing a lot of like these Instagram lives or live concerts or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been doing some stuff for sure. I've kind of just been popping on randomly. I haven't really you know, a lot of artists that, you know, they've kind of been doing the weekly thing, and I totally respect that. But it's just not me, I guess. I don't know. I kind of just like to kind of like sneak up on the people, like, hey, I'm here.
Right. So one thing I think everyone can appreciate about the Revivalists is you guys are really big into philanthropy, helping out, giving back. Do you want to talk about some of your projects or foundations?
Man, you know, I just did something yesterday. It was really, really awesome. We do this these initiatives with this app connector, and basically we do like one-on-one meet and greets, where it's like it's really I think it's really actually super cool for the fans, because like you really wouldn't even get that opportunity like in like an actual meet and greet scenario. I think a lot of these people, you know, they know how that goes. It's like it's more of like there's a line, and then it's more of like a hi, shake hand, let's take a picture, and then it's just like on to the next one, which
Very
is how it has to be, because it's like there's a line, there's, you know, it's just like you know, there's just not enough time to chat, unfortunately. With this, I mean, I'm talking to some of these people for 10 minutes. And then honestly, it's like we're raising the money for charity. So like we can talk as long as they want. It doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, I think it's been really good for me to kind of connect with these people on just like another level. Would never really ever be able to get to do that, you know, at an actual meet and greet, unless it was more of like a one-on-one situation. And I think it's also been very, very good for them, you know, because I mean, hell, some of these sessions are damn near like therapy sessions. It's like for both of us. It's not like I'm the therapist. It's like it is big time two-way street. So I think it's a really unique time, and it's one of the, and I say this with a grain of salt for sure, that, you know, there's some silver linings to this whole thing, and I want to be very sensitive to that, because this has not been a good time for a lot of people. But, you know, that's kind of one of the things that, you know, has happened to us, and, you know, me, that we're able to connect with people in a way, you know, that's just like, you know, a little deeper.
Okay, I've got some questions here. These are positive, good vibe only questions. Coronavirus and quarantine can be a little depressing, so we're gonna go the opposite way. What has been your favorite part of quarantine?
What's been my favorite part of quarantine? I'd have to say all the exercise that I've been able to do. I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life, and this whole, like, you know, it's just like I'm running like every day, like, you know, 2 to 4 miles, let's call it. And you know, it's just like I don't know. It's like it's kind of like it's been like a bit of a in our world, you know, it's like we kind of we're put on pause. You know, it's like so I'm you know I start thinking like, okay, well, like how do I, you know, how do I get ready? How can I be ready? You know, I can't be just like sitting down all day. You know, it's like that's gonna do me no good for when I really got to get back
Right.
out and get on the stage and run around and jump around and do all the things that I'd love to do and do all the things that the people love me to do, because I know y'all love that shit. I eat it. I love it
Yep.
too, you know. So it's like I gotta get ready. So I'm like today I was like doing stair climbs and I was like jumping up on top of the levee. I'm like running down the levee on this little not like probably like 10-inch thing that's about 6 feet up. I'm like, all right, well, this is kind of like a stage. Let's do some training on the levee here. So,
Nice.
it's been fun to just really, you know, stay healthy and just like kind of get into, you know, that kind of a rhythm, which honestly is tough to do, especially when you're on the road. You know, it's like the shows take a lot out of me. And, you know, because it's just like balls to the wall, you know, for let's call it 105 minutes.
You guys can jam out for a long time and have many times.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, a lot of the shows this past tour were going over 2 hours, which,
wow.
you know, it's like, it's like I feel those the next day. That's for sure. I feel them the next day, but it's so much fun, and you know, in the moment, it's like, you know, what are you gonna do? Having time.
Okay. Question 2. How do you think this quarantine will change humanity for the better?
Man, I think it's given people, you know, a new perspective on like
Yeah.
what can be taken away, and you know, I think people are going to come out of this with the thought of like, oh my gosh, you know, like we've really had it good. And also like we weren't doing some of the things we should have been doing, you know? So I think it's just going to give people a unique perspective on like, look, this could all be taken away. And these are all just constructs that we create. And we really, you know, it's like, I don't know, I don't want to go too deep down this, like the other like road. Like, it's like, you know, the earth is kind of smiling right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's, you know, there's some things about this that, you know, so yeah, I think it's going to change people's perspective. I think it's going to make people a little more grateful for what.
For sure. What have you learned about the world and or yourself during quarantine?
Oh, I learned that I thrive in a chaotic world.
You're doing it.
I don't know. It's like, it's kind of one of those things. It's one of those things where it's like I read something, and it was either in a book or I don't even know. It was like an Instagram post somewhere. It was like it's almost like that REM song. It's like the world's, you know, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. It's like kind of like it's interesting. It's been an interesting journey on my psyche, let's just say, for this kind of thing, because I'm going, okay, like, shouldn't I be feeling some kind of like anxiety right now? Like, what's going on? Like, and then actually it came. It's just I'm a bit of a late bloomer when it comes to that stuff, which I'm thankful of, honestly.
Have you discovered any new bands or new artists that we should know about?
Oh man, I'm terrible with names. Let's see here. Oh boy. Okay. Well, this is not a new artist, but my buddy was playing this just super just pretty music the other day when we were doing a socially distant hang, and he's playing this artist Gilberto Gil, or Gilberto Gil. That's how Siri says it, or Alexa. And it's just like this really beautiful classical. He plays classical guitar, and he's just got this tone in his voice that's just so soothing. And honestly, I think that's really, that kind of music has seen a huge resurgence, honestly, during this time. And I'm happy to tell the people about it. Oh, I also came across a really, really cool song that Jerry Garcia had on a 1974 solo album. It's called Mississippi Moon.
Okay.
That song is just like, man, I heard it and I was just in such the right state to receive the song in the way that it needed to be received. Like it was just like, it was as perfect as a moment could be. So it was really cool. It was good.
Awesome. I got one more for you because we miss you here in Minnesota. Do you have a favorite Minnesota memory?
Do I have a favorite Minnesota memory? Man, I'm just gonna have to say it was probably going to see Paisley Park.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a big. That place is crazy. It kind of took me back though. I was kind of not. It was a little bit. I was like, it kind of looks like Target. Like the way the houses lay out. It's like on the highway, and it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what is this place? This is wild,
Definitely.
But the purple, he did it.
Yes. Well, dude, that's pretty much it. I want to tell you, you gave me inspiration to grow my hair out in this quarantine. It's under here somewhere. But yeah, I'm gonna have David Shaw hair by the end of this thing.
Good luck. You're gonna start getting calls from your mother to cut it.
Probably. Thank you. Well, dude, best of luck to you and your lady and your band. Hopefully we hear some new music soon. Whenever you have it, send it over to us. We'll be glad to give it some love, man.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it. You have a great day, and thanks for having me on here. This is really cool.
You too. Thanks again. Be safe.
Take it easy, brother.
See you, dude.